Hi, Zac Stoddard. This is my end of the year or end of the semester reflection. Um, so for question number one, um, the two examples I would give, I think the expert fitness group or assignment really plays into standard number two. Um, it gives the opportunity for the different methods of learning, the style the of excuse me, the reading, listening, doing um, within the physical fitness skit with our group specifically. You have the reading. Our group was the spelling around the room. You have students moving around looking for the words. You have the listening aspect of it, of listening to the words spoken. We also wrote the word so that you have those that need to read it can better understand it. You have access to all three different kind of methods um, with our group specifically. Um, for the second one, I'd say the diorama also kind of plays into that a little bit, especially when we do the walk around. We hear other students talking about theirs. They learn by physically having to make it and research it. Um, I think that really does just um, it creates a way for students to differ how they're learning. You know, if a student needs to be able to hear better or to hear something to learn it, they can hear it in their research and by other students doing it. You know, making the diorama, reading it, of course, with the research. So I'd say the diorama and the expert physical fitness are really tailored to standard number two. As far as how I can use similar activities in my classroom, um, a diorama is very kind of standard in a theater class, especially when oriented towards stagecraft. That's just something we do in the field a lot. If you're not making your set in some type of computer drafting program, you're physically making it, and that's something we want to teach students. So the diorama will definitely be used. Um, so yeah. As far as assignments that align with standard number five, we have, I'd say, our books to an extent really do. Um, Especially when we're encouraged to share the books and talk about the process along the way while we're working on it, talk with other students about it, and the kind of art gallery at the end of the project where we get to see other students. I think that's the most important aspect of it is seeing what other students do and being able to both give and receive compliments about your work. I think that really builds, it of course, builds self motivation. It encourages engagement with your peers. It allows you to learn how to take and give compliments. Um, I think that also really tailors to the skits as well. Um, well, the one act plays, frankly. The one act plays really it encourages students to work together. You know, divide and conquer. A 30-minute skit, I personally wouldn't do, just especially in a high school, just for time requirements. But you know, divvying up the work. You know, if it's a 30-page script, you know, four people, um, you take 10 pages, you take 10 pages, you take 10 pages. I'll take the costumes and the other physical crafting of it. You know, divide and conquer, teaching delegation, um, which really positively helps out with five. Um, will I use similar activities in my own classroom? Of course. Um, Especially with the skits just gonna happen naturally. But with the book, yeah, I definitely think writing a book in a similar fashion and having students talk about their. I think that's more over the ideal is having students talk about the project they're working on throughout the process, talking to each other about the struggles and everything else in the process. I think that's how I'd use those assignments in my classroom. Um, And then for number 5, one thing I learned in this class, especially going into a field where moving is very important and very um, essential, frankly, you're going to move in a theater class. Um, I think I learned that there just are going to be some days where students are willing to get up and talk about, or not talk about, they're willing to get up and work through the activities and get the energy up. And then there's some days they just aren't. I felt a lot of those days in the class where, we get up and do something, a great day, energy's high. And then some days, it's just, it's a slog, I gotta go do this physical activity, and I think in a theater class that can be detrimental, especially forcing students to do high energy activities when the room just isn't. Of course, it's your job as the educator to bring the energy up when possible, but some days it just isn't. So the ability to shift your focal point and shift your lesson to be either a very high energy or low energy day will be something that I have to work on and learn how to do effectively. So yeah, that was my end of the semester reflection.